And hello to all my Scorpio friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for June 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a storyline spread. It is a very big scattershot across the entire Scorpio spectrum. It allows me to be quite accurate because it's a lot of little mini readings all in one. There can be 3, 4, 5, 6 if they're really chatty. Different stories about different Scorpios and what's going on there. They can talk about anything they want to in those. That's what makes the storyline very, very interesting spread. Now, there may be multiple stories that do resonate with you in there, but at the end of the day, it's all about finding the one story that is right for you. It will be a home run for you, so look out for that. If the first couple don't resonate, stick with it because somewhere in there is your story. Now, they've asked that I conclude your reading at the end with an angel protection, actually 2 angel protection cards. That's going to give us a little extra oomph, a little push in the right direction here about something that they're talking about in there. Give us a little extra advice or information. We're also going to do a rune stone. That's going to encapsulate the entire reading and cap us off. So we're going to get started right now. A lot to talk about, Scorpio. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us a bunch of time. I'm going to bring you in right now so you can watch. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great June. And we are on and recording. What I'm doing now are my ritual cuts. Basically cuts each deck into 3 different pieces, and then we put it back together in a separate order. It satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot and is the same procedure as if you were here getting a personal private reading. Alright, so then the cards are ready to go. The storyline spread starts with 5 cards, and I expand out from there as I need to. So here we go, Scorpio, for the month of June. Powerful start. So here's our first 5. We're going to need more cards than this. Let's see how far we keep going with this deck that they wanted me to use for you guys. Make sure I'm using the right one. Yes, I am. This presents not a lot of facing, so it gives a lot of opportunities for these storyline spreads to become huge. And that's what's just happened. I just finally hit my end and barely hit my end. How many cards did they give us here? 14. Holy moly. All right, so first of all, can you see it all? Yep, I think so. These are your base cards, all 14 of them. I have the difficult job now of getting facings right. We have one story here. We have one story here. One here. Okay, so we're going to be looking at it like this. Make sure that's right. Something in there feels off. It's got to go here. Okay. And that's why. So what do we have? We have 5 stories, guys. Lots to talk about, Scorpio. I'm going to need more cards to describe the stories. This is where my table gets completely filled up with cards. I will move the camera around so you can see everything at the end. Right now, I just, table's only so big. I didn't talk about it, but I also have to do the discards for any blockages by the story when they're this big, because it's huge and it's just too big to try to do all together. Long story short. Okay, we have all of these cards that I need. Now I need angel card for every single story. Scorpios, you guys in the month of June, what is going on? One of these stories is going to be super accurate for you, I'll tell you that. When we got 5 stories here, they're basically breaking this zodiac down for you guys so much. There's something specific they want to get through. Okay, I have all the card work done except the inverts. Let me check that real quick. I do need a discard in this story. That one they want read as is. That one's already good. That one's already good. Already good. And what do we have here? Already good. So we are ready to go. Now it's a matter of showing you it all in camera. I'm just going to do my best with this here. It's really difficult at this point you saw the main stuff. The main core cards is the main thing that I really want you to see. I'm actually going to take this off of here to just kind of show you like this. Otherwise, there's no way. That's going to be one story there. Moving over here. This laterally is all another story. Just kind of how I have it in the frame. This here is another one. Block out this guy here. Where is my hand? There it is. That's going to be a story. This is the small story right there. And we end with this last story here. All right, let's get to work. If the phone would like to turn off, there we go. Technical difficulties. Ending here, I said, so let me get that out of the way for now. I'm going to go over here first. Okay. Scorpio Story 1. It is a good month to take great authority, especially at work. I would say this can move into other parts of your life too, but they do want to focus on work in this specific story, Story 1. Great time to take authority. We have the Emperor card. That is the supreme authority. It is basically the God card in tarot. That's what they mean. There's a success coming in. They don't specify work there, but they specify work next. So this success may just be from something else, but it is a trophy card case. It is like an accomplishment of some form is what they talk about in the month of June. If you take charge, though, that comes first. The Emperor card comes first. So take charge. Make the decisions for yourself. Be the boss here in the month of June. Now, in regards to the work thing, they do say nurture your work corner. A lot of you have been doing a really good job of that. They show me that because the Queen is not upside down. That would be meaning that you're doing a bad job of this needs work, etc. So here, it's showing you do a good job with work, but we need a continuance of it. You need to continue to be the boss when it comes to work. So keep pushing your work corner in the direction that is best for you, but is also authoritative. They say be crystal clear with your intentions with the Oracle Angel card. That's pretty precise and pretty obvious what they mean by that. Be clear what you desire because that's what you're going to end up attracting. And, even if it's not here yet, by believing in it, it's just like the book, The Secret. You have to believe it to achieve it. That's how kind of consciousness works. You have to kind of see it and visualize it. And that's what faith is also. So have faith that this is going to work out as you continue to take charge, get things done, etc. They do show that there's a social imbalance here. They want you to consider that your social health could be improved in the month of June. So this is going out with friends or family or doing what you consider to be fun, okay? Not over the top, not overboard, but this is an imbalance. So usually this means getting out more, doing more things with your friends. It could be the other extreme too. This could be going out all the time, spending way too much money on frivolous, silly things, or being over the top there, drinking too much or something like that. But usually it's the opposite. So that is something to consider there in Story 1. Maybe that energy would be better put into improving your work. So there's Story 1, guys. Let's move into Story 2. I'm going to go over here, the other small one. Story 2 brings an element of bad luck. This is nobody's fault, guys. This is just the way things are. This is some Scorpios that are going through a rough patch here in June. Likely you already have been. I don't think I'm telling you anything new here for those of you that are in Story 2. Now, this is not going to be everybody. Just need to remind you that. So just because you are detaching with this, also consider that this reading is for the entire month. So they bring in the Tower card also. The Tower card is a very sudden collapse of some form. The best way to describe that is like a breakup. It does not mean you're going to break up in the month of June. But for some of you, it certainly could be, or something that is just the same energy of that, which is here one day, gone the next. Okay, that's very much the fast change that this situation that is nobody's fault, not yours, not the other person's, not the environment's fault, not anybody else's fault here. This is just circumstantial what's going on. They do show that things are getting a little challenging. The other definition of this card, just because it's a general reading, I have to give it to you all, is that this could be blocked travel, blocked vacation. Maybe consider that now in this month is not the time to be doing that. It kind of goes back to Story 1 a little bit, where maybe this time could be better put into work stuff. They do show that there is an element here of physical injury. This could be work related. This could be have nothing to do with work at all, but usually it is a physical thing. This is usually not a sickness or an illness. This is usually more like turning an ankle or being just injury prone for the month, bumping your head on weird stuff, sleeping funny and having a crink in your neck. Those are the mild forms of that. And of course, the major forms of that could be like, breaking something, spraining something, hurting yourself. The good news about story 2 for my Scorpios that are going through a challenging time is that they say you know what to do. That's great news because then I don't have to tell you what to do, or they don't have to tell you what to do. When that comes up, they're just telling you, you already know what to do, so go do it. Don't wait. Do it now. Okay, you know what to do, so trust your inner knowledge. Act upon it without delay. That's what I talked about. Do not procrastinate here in story 2. Whatever you got to do to fix the situation, Spirit is aware that you already have the tools. You know how to get out of this yourself. So go ahead, pull that trigger, and get going with it. Story 2. Let's move up here to story 3. Story 3 presents itself as they're talking about family first. Family is very, very good. Fatefully driven. This is not about choices. This is about momentum. This is about stuff that you have coming to you, or just written in the stars. It is the star card. So things have worked out well for the family in June. They do show that there is something worth celebrating later, though. So I don't know if this is like a party, a gathering, a wedding, an event of some form, but this comes up as blocked. So it is basically saying not now. Or maybe later. Maybe consider having this family reunion in July instead of June. Something like that. They do show spread your wings here, so it is a good time to launch here. Family is just really good energy. There is an element here of they don't want you to hold back, and they really want you to go. They really want you to go with something here. So it kind of makes me feel a little bit into story 2. You can see how these stories do kind of merge together a little bit as far as, here they say you know what to do. Over here they're saying don't hold back. So that's very, very similar. They're basically saying go, go, go. In this case, it's spread your wings, which is a launch. And for some of you, that could be, they didn't come out and tell me business launch, but launch can be different things for different people. So consider all that. Now, here's where we have more of kind of this can be more of a mental sickness. This could also be a cold, a virus, something like that coming in. Just be cautious about that in the month of June. I don't want you to worry about it because this is a mental card. So this may be completely illusionary. You may be worrying about things too much. It could just be anxiety, stress, stuff like that. So whatever you're worrying about here in the family, here in story 3, try to limit what you do here, because what they're showing next is a very, very good set. We have the Magician card. That is the manifester of the universe. It's just like what we talked about faith in story 1 here. Faith helps build your reality, and concentrating on the good is what attracts the good. If you concentrate on the bad, you're going to get the bad, and that's why that rain cloud energy is bad. We don't want any of that. Here they bring up new inspiration, new ideas coming to you in the month of June. That's very good. It's going to be a very inspirational month for a lot of my Scorpios. You guys are going to be getting ideas left and right divinely. A lot of times here, this is a divinely pushed thing that happens, from the other side. Your spirit guides are helping get messages through, and you're able to co-create this, really build the month so that you can build the year that you want after that. They do show be careful about getting away from nurturing the love corner. Again, they talk about the love corner here, which is family and close friends, loved ones. Anybody close to your heart can come up here. Now, it's an interesting mix because they went from very authoritative, like you're doing a good job, to by the end of the month, let's be careful that you're not neglecting this here. So that means to me that there are going to be distractions. There's going to be things that come up and, take your energy off of this, off of the family or what you got going on here with this inspiration, these new ideas. Maybe it's just renovating, remodeling, doing something new with the home. They didn't come out and say that. I'm just giving you some examples. And this might take some energy away from the family, how it's been used and utilized so good up to this point. So there's distraction energy, long story short, coming in toward the end of June that they want to make sure you navigate through and stay on course with making charge, taking control of your love corner, making these decisions for yourself, not letting other people decide for you, and all that kind of stuff. And same goes for if you're pursuing love. Let's say you're a family of one, and let's say that whole thing can still be talking completely about you. Just because I'm talking about your love corner and you're single doesn't mean you don't have a love corner. Everybody has one. Okay, so maybe go back and listen to that if that's you. So as we get into story 4, I'm going to hit this one and then pause for the moon cycles. We have, let me see, 1, 2, okay. Here in story 4, the home needs some work. We have a home upside down. It could be maybe a spring cleaning is needed here. In this case, summer cleaning. Maybe something in the home is broken, needs work, needs repair. Something like that could definitely come in the month of June here. This is going to be a significant chunk of money. Hopefully this is something you can get out in front of. Let me give you an example. If the oven doesn't work very well, it might be a good time to replace it. Or maybe this is not a replacement thing. Maybe this is something that could be repaired, such as like air conditioning or something like that, where, if you let it go longer, it's just going to be a more expensive repair. So consider that. This is a money being moved thing. So also you're getting permission to spend here in story 4. They're basically saying there's 2 choices, and you get really stuck on which one to go with here. So Spirit is looking ahead and saying it actually ends up okay either way. So even though they're pushing for you to move this money now and to invest in this here in story 4, it would work out okay the other way too. They're just saying that this is perhaps a little bit better if you do it now. Next, we do have a person coming in. This is a younger person, and this person they're showing bad credit next to them, or they're showing that they need help with money, or that they just need you to teach them some lessons here about money. It is time for you to assume your leadership power. Here they're talking about you, and to lovingly guide others. So for a lot of you, this is like a child or something. It could be a niece or nephew, but this is usually somebody who's like a generation gap lower than you, younger than you. That's what they talk about there in story 4. Let's get into your moon cycles. I like to give you guys the moon cycle forecast every single month so you know what's coming. We have the full moon, which happens first. That's June 14th. That is when you want to get something out of your life that just doesn't fit in there. It could be old baggage, emotional baggage, bad habits. Could be people for some people. Could be just something you need to sell, repurpose, a project you need to finish. That all fits so much better in the middle of the month, guys. It does not have to be on the 14th. Anywhere in the middle is good. We have the new moon energy, which is adverse to that at the end of the month. June is an interesting month because at the beginning we have a little bit of new moon energy coming in from May, but the heavy new moon is June 28th. That's the very end of June. So that is the best time to bring anything brand new into your life. We did talk about new love here and kind of nurturing love here in story 3. There's some other examples I could probably give you as well here. Let's see. With the work thing, with the nurturing of the work, that could go either way. That could be bringing something new into the workplace, could be removing something from the workplace. So lining up for these full moons and the new moon energy is very key. Working with the energies that are already there, guys, it helps make everything just flow so much easier. I put together a moon cycle cheat sheet, a little visual aid that'll help this make a lot more sense to you. It's on the website and it's free, scottsagent.com. Go to my videos page. At the bottom of my videos page, you see the graphic there for the month of June, and that shows you those ebbs and flows. So you can line big, important things up to that. Let me give you another example of how you could use those moon cycles. Let's say you have to buy a car, and you've already decided the month of June is when I'm going to buy a car. Well, if you look on that little graphic there, it shows you that about a week long for the month of June is the ideal time to bring anything new in. So that would be the target date of when you want to do that. Does that mean you would not be able to buy a car in the middle of the month? No, you certainly could, but maybe you'd get a better deal later. Maybe a better car would present itself that would be available that wouldn't be then. Spirit works in mysterious ways, and the moon cycles work, according to those flows. So that is your moon cycle forecast. While you're at the website, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter, guys. The newsletter people, my newsletter people, get free readings a couple times a year. So I blow those out. They get to test out new products, and I always give you guys promo codes to save money on readings anytime I'm not doing giveaways. So it is a no-brainer and free to sign up for. That's at the very bottom of any page on my website, scottsagent.com. Also, we just launched a brand new product, guys, the Health or Chakra Scrub for the month of May, and I blew it out to my newsletter people. They beta tested it. They loved it. It worked out really well. And that is a physical health scrub or a spiritual health scrub, which is a chakra scrub. You get your choice of which one you want. It's a mini reading, an audio reading. You don't even have to be there for it. It's affordable. I use your date of birth to pull information that's just for you. So there is no bubble energy here for my Scorpios that are tuning in here. It's all about you in a specific audio reading there. My mini products are great. Also, my month product talks all about your month, specific to you. There's a little bit of numerology in there as well. And my final product is the Animal Totem and Angel Protection reading, and we're going to get into your angels right now. That's going to connect into this. So here's a little preview of how that goes. We'll do it now. Before, I know we have another story to do here, but I'm going to just pull them right now, just because I brought it up. There's one. Here's the other. All right, so one of them, they want to bring up passion. And this could go back into story 1 in a big way here, because this is following your passion. A lot of times this has to do with either career or love life. So whatever you're passionate about, whether it's family in story 3 here, or let's say you're single and you want to find a partner, you want to find somebody who's great for you, be passionate about that. Consider what it is you need to do to find that person. Where is that person going to hang out? Where am I going to meet them at? They're probably not going to ring your doorbell and say, hey, I'm here, So that kind of energy is what they bring in with passion. Also consider that for work too, because they want you to do something that you really care about. When you care about something, your energy changes. It is much more intense when you care about something. If you're going to a job that you hate, you're not going to give your all. You're going to do the bare minimum and go home, collect a paycheck, and just, go to bed miserable probably. So consider passion in the month of June. They bring that up for a reason. Over here we got clairaudience that's letting me know for June, a lot of my Scorpios are going to be hearing things inside their mind. It's a good, very audible month. The energies or the veil is thin for Scorpios, or maybe you guys are just very high vibration. You're going to be hearing things. So pay attention to your inner ear, your mind's ear, of things that you hear that are not your own voice. Maybe your inner voice, your higher self. And also, this can be physical world stuff too. This could be you hearing things from other people that are very important. Spirit works in mysterious ways, and sometimes people say something that they don't even know where it came from. They'd be like, turn right at the next street. Be like, what'd you say? Well, I said, I don't know. What did I just say? Pay attention to what you hear is what I'm saying. Little clues can come in that can push you in the right direction, and sometimes Spirit uses other people to do so, or signals or signs, etc. Let's get into your story 5, then we're going to hit your runestone. That is your angel protection there, both of them. Okay, so over here in story 5, Scorpio, we have information that is being revealed to you. You're getting the full scope. You're getting the full picture. It's very good to see. So nothing is being hidden from you. You're seeing everything very, very clearly, and that helps you make good decisions. So it's very important. We have birth coming in here. That's good fertility. If that's something you're trying to do, let's say you're trying to get pregnant, June would be a good month to do that, more than likely. Some of you may be giving birth. That may be actually a physical thing. And this can also represent just feminine energy in general. This can also represent physical, new to the touch. So this would be like if the business launched. It just opened its door for the first time in June. All the preparation stuff that happened before, that is not the Empress energy. The Empress energy is when it becomes real, which is why I say birth. But what is being birthed? That is different for everybody. They do show that there is a good connection here between spirit world and earth plane realm. Not much to say there because it's so good. No advice needed. The other definition of that card is a big purchase, though. And that kind of goes back to this other story here a little bit, too. So it's saying that a lot of you are making a big purchase in the month of June, something to consider if you haven't already. This is usually an enjoyable purchase. It's not so much the example I gave you earlier here. In story 5, this is usually much more pleasurable purchase. So buying a new entertainment center, buying a new TV, buying a new car, something like that that's fun, is really what they show here in story 5. They do show prosperity, so there's money being moved, financial dreams into reality. This is something that a lot of you have really wanted for a long time, and it's presenting itself very good there. They do show the 5 of Cups. That's kind of my only booger bear in that story, my little worry note, if you will. They want you to make sure that you focus on the good. And to be very clear about how grateful you are for the gifts you have. Not just this gift that's coming in, but for all the gifts. Even the free ones, like great family, being around a great environment. Maybe it's a great work environment. Maybe it's just one friend at work. Whatever it is, find a way to be grateful for it. That's what comes up very prominently there in story 5. And besides that, the energy there is perfectly fabulous. So that is the only thing there that you could really work on and benefit from. Let's get into your runestone, guys. That's going to conclude your reading. And once we do that, This is my 1-year anniversary here on YouTube, so thank you all so much for joining, being a part of this community, watching these videos. It has been a fun 1 year. I've been reading tarot for 8 years, but doing on YouTube only 1. So that is this is my little celebration, if you will. So thank you all so much. You guys are what makes it possible. So here's your runestone right here. I'm going to show you this guy right there. And this is the runestone for the self. The self. Another sign got that too. I cannot remember which it was. It's not really relevant because they're not you. The self is basically, it's a good time to be a little bit selfish right now in the month of June. You know, the other rest of the year, the other months are probably going to be about different things. Your responsibilities will be about other people. Right now in June, do things for you. And being selfish has a negative connotation. The word is a little rough. You know, people think that's a bad thing, but it's actually not always bad. If you take care of yourself first, it allows you to take care of other people after that. If you're not whole yourself, it becomes a problem. Like, let me give you an example of money. If you don't have enough money for yourself, for your basic necessities, how are you going to take care of other people? But once your necessities are taken care of, and then you have extra money, for example, well, then you can start helping other people. Buy them this, buy them food, buy them, whatever they need, helping people out, charities, etc. All these things. So working on yourself is a very good thing. Long story short, individualistic here to a point, but they want you to concentrate on that. We do have kind of that, it makes me feel like the money being moved in a couple of these stories too. Working on something that you need yourself. It's a good celebratory time to reward yourself. They did not come out and say travel because I did have that for a lot of other signs, and I guess that's kind of to be expected in June that you see travel going on and happening in the summer months, but that's not what came up for you guys. What came up for you is to work on yourself in other ways. So whatever benefits you, even if it's going internally, learning more about yourself or growing, following your passion like we had here, that's a big one that helps growth tremendously by following your passion or learning about something that you're passionate about. So there is your self runestone. That's the entire reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings. I do these every single month, and have a great June.